she belonged to the streets, if you will. Y'all like, subscribe if y'all new. Thank y'all for checking out this new channel. I got some key points here. Points that she belongs to the streets. If you gotta ask, you probably already know the question. You want a nice, good, I mean, most of these girls crazy anyways, they're gonna be emotional. That's understandable. But you don't want a girl that's gonna creep out in the middle of the night. You don't want a girl that's gonna mistreat you. You don't want a girl that's a slut. You know, these are key things you need to watch out for. These points I wrote down are gonna be a huge determining factor, usually. And you know what? I'm gonna start with one I forgot to write down. Ask them, what is their relationship with their father? They have a good relationship with their father. 9 times out of 10, their dad's gonna be telling them, look, guys only want one thing. You need to protect your vagina. You need to keep your legs closed because they're gonna use you and abuse you. Then they're gonna dump you to the side of the road. That's what guys are. They ain't no good. You need to find a good guy that's gonna treat you right. Yeah, he's gonna want some too, but I mean, he's gonna take care of you and be with you for the long run. That's what most fathers should be telling their daughters. In some way, shape, or form, that's what they say. Not all the time, but that's generally what they're gonna say. That's one point. You ask a chick what's her relationship with her father. Oh, we wasn't really close growing up. She has daddy issues. I haven't really seen him. I don't know where he's been. I haven't seen him since I was a little kid. When he was living in the house with us, but he was always off doing something. That's a huge red flag right there. Not saying that's always the case, so get off my dick, calm down. But I am saying a lot of those times where you have a girl that's a thotty, slutty, she most times don't have a good relationship with her parents. Mostly her father. Keep that in mind. 2, actually that isn't even a point, I just wrote promiscuous women. They always wearing these, I guess it is a point, they always wearing these thotty ass clothes. They're going to Walmart, they're going to Target, they're going to the gas station in see-through lingerie. I mean, do I really need to tell you she belongs to the streets after that? A queen go conduct herself as a queen always. A peasant go conduct himself or herself as a peasant always. If you put on an act or act like a clown in front of everybody, it's just for community. Why is it special? You putting out your titties, usually girls do that when they're insecure. They want more attention. Not all the time, but I mean see-through clothes, titties barely hanging out, the titties on the cusp of busting out. I mean, they don't need to be out like that. But not all the time, not in all cases. Some girls like to wear those type of clothes. Maybe they like models. Maybe they just like to wear those kind of clothes, like to show it off. I don't know. I don't give a damn. We're being honest. I don't want my woman walking out looking like that. If you're gonna walk out like that, at least walk out with me like that. You ain't walking out by yourself to the gas station looking like a goddamn stripper. Bra and panties. I mean, come on. I'm exaggerating, but y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Her skirt, you can see her ass. She barely bend over, you can see her ass. Because her skirt is that goddamn low. You gonna wear that shit? You wearing that shit with me, because you with me, they need to know you with me. Period. Call it what you want, can't call me broke. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyways, you walk out by yourself like that, she's trying to get male attention, she's gonna get male attention, she's gonna be drawing a lot of attention to herself. A lot of people try to ask for a number. That's your girlfriend, she getting other dudes' numbers. That's a whole nother story in itself. Her homegirls are thotties. You are who you hang around. Birds of a feather flock together. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. She hangs around girls that are promiscuous. Her homegirls dress like that. Her homegirls, they always go out every Saturday night going out with guys, going back to the guys' houses and getting ran through. It's 3-4 girls, and all 3-4 girls are going all out together. They all going back to this guy's house with his 3-4 friends. They all getting ran through the same night they all just met him. Her homegirls telling her to wear certain stuff, act a certain way. You know what I mean? I'm not saying not in all cases. A lot of girls like to go out just with themselves and have fun. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, you know, when you see hoes, you know how they act. They be out there throwing ass on the dance floor on these dudes, and they end up going back home with them the same night. That's what I'm talking about. Some girls throw ass, okay, fine, whatever, that's how they dance, not a big deal. But they going home with them the same night. And that's her friends. And that's how you met her. She probably belonged to the streets. I'm not saying 100% all the time. I'm not saying she ain't gonna make a good wife. But I mean, that's a rocky foundation to start off on. Hey kids, I met your mother in the club. I took her home that night. You know, things happen. You know, and that's you guys are here now. Now we're married. I don't want to tell my kids that story. Sue me. All right. Anyways, usually with a troubled past. Usually they've been in bad relationships before. Again, didn't have a good relationship with their father, so they don't have a really good male figures, and they're dating these guys that really aren't that good for them. They're hanging around guys that's trying to use them for their body, which they usually do because they're just looking for attention, some male strength, and that's the kind of guys they end up going with. They've probably been beat, they've probably been sexually abused in some way. Not every time, but most of the time. Most of the time. This is not like, it's just one, I named like 4 or 5 things already, right? This is not one of those things where you take one and you just run with it. It's like, damn, she does wear those type of clothes. She's a hoe, automatically. These are signs, like if you see 3 or 4 of these shits, it's like, okay, maybe she's kind of a thotty. But anyways, back to the point. Usually she had issues in her past. She's been doing some stuff, which is my next point. She's been around with a bunch of dudes in her past. You know, shit like that. That's usually a sign, it's a red flag, usually a sign of a woman that belongs to the streets. Not necessarily, a lot of women overcome that. You know what, I had a bad past, but I'm better now and I'm getting over it. Okay, fine, whatever. Keep in mind my other points though. Cheaters or have cheated. If she had a boyfriend or husband and she cheated on him, what the fuck you think she gonna do to you when you piss her off? I mean, do I really need to explain that? She cheated on them. I cheated a couple times. Was a couple times. Like 2, 3 times. Oh, no, your ass out. You belong to the streets. You belong to the streets. Get the fuck out of my house. You on the streets now. Because you ain't living with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you want to be with somebody that's going to treat you right and do you right. If somebody has a track record of doing certain things, which goes back to the past thing. They have a track record, trouble past. They dated bad dudes. They keep doing sexual things, getting paid for sex, which is my next point. They're doing all these things in their past. Past events usually form future trends. You've been doing this shit before. What the fuck you think is going to keep happening? What do you think is going to keep happening? If she cheated on them, she cheated on him, her last boyfriend she cheated on, are you that special? Keep that in mind. Not saying all the time. You might be that one special motherfucker. But if I had to roll the dice and I had to roll the shit twice, I bet that your ass not. She probably gonna cheat on you too. Last point. Has done porn or paid for sex. Do I really need to explain that? If she belonged to the streets, she probably been doing sexual favors for money. Let's leave it at that. Been some type of cam girl, OnlyFans. You want to date a chick with an OnlyFans. I'm not saying you can't bust them down, when that's going to be my next point at the end. But OnlyFans, cam girls, I don't know those sites. What's some other ones? X videos, all those porn sites. You fucking scroll on porn, you see her ass on there. She don't belong to the streets. It's community pussy at that point. Is that what you want? Maybe that is what you want. I want to bust down every single porn star on the internet. Okay, that's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm here to help you get what you want. If that's what you want, fine. But all I'm saying is wear a condom and don't get hung up on her thinking that she the one. Because she not. Your ass will get attached. You guys will be writing me an email or sending me some DM on Instagram talking about some, man, I thought she was the one. Okay, well, tell me about her dad. Does she have a good relationship with her dad? Well, no. Okay. What are her friends like? They go out every night and they kind of throw ass in the club, and I'm not there, but that's what I heard. Oh, okay. Has she done porn in her past? She's done some things in the past. Okay. Had a train ran on, like shit like that. Like, do I really need to explain that? That's your wife? That's wifey material to you? She belong to the streets. Y'all like, subscribe. Hope y'all wrote some of this shit down. I'm not saying one of these gonna be the end all be all, but I mean, the porn one's pretty much a deal breaker at that point. She done porn, she pretty much belong to the streets. But hey, switches on. But I mean, not all of these. If she had a bad relationship with her parents, that don't necessarily mean that she belongs to the streets. But I mean, a lot of those things that follow that I talked about happen after that happens. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time after she had a bad relationship with her parents, usually those things will happen. But hey, more or less. Hope y'all learned something. I like, subscribe. I'm not this motherfucker.